Are you ready to expand your life and reality? Join us for the next hour with Jamie Bates as she shares life-changing thoughts, techniques, and awarenesses to help you expand your reality.
Hello and welcome. I am Jamie Bates, consciousness facilitator and expander of realities. My mission with my radio show is to create greater awareness of what is possible and to expand you beyond the limitations of this reality. I am grateful you are joining me today. And today I'm diving into money. Today is June 26, 2019, and I'm looking at today, really, what does money mean to you? And why in the world can't you have more of it? So today I'm really looking at our money story. I'm getting ready to start a new 30-day money journey. And I really wanted to really look at really where are we functioning at in money and what is our money story? So really, truly, money is excitement. It's expansive and it's capable of creating amazing change. There are billions upon billions of dollars, you guys, out there, just floating in the abyss, not even being accounted for. Isn't that just crazy? What if right now, today, we could stand in a different space with money and shift our money story for good? Yeah, I think when I really started looking at how much money this world has that is literally truly unaccounted for, it really started to give me a different space with money, right? Everywhere you look, it's like there's not enough money for this, there's not enough funding for that, right? But you know, the reality is that's really not real and true. It's what we're told. But the reality is there is literally money available everywhere. And if each and every one of us could really truly stop buying the lies of money, we could change this reality. We could allow things to show up way differently than ever before. A while back, my husband was reading an article about I'm not going to say the exact numbers because I can't really remember, but it wasn't that long ago. There was an audit done on the Pentagon in the government, okay? And it was like the first time the Pentagon had been audited, and I don't even know how many centuries, right? And there was like, I can't remember the exact amount of money, but it was trillions of dollars, trillions of dollars that were unaccounted for. And as an energetically sensitive person, as a someone who really truly is the creator of your reality, someone who really has the capacity to ask and receive, who really has the capacity to create your reality as you would like it to be, it is imperative, as far as I'm concerned, that we change the way that we feel about money, because the way that you feel about money, what money means to you, is actually truly creating the way that money is showing up for you. And the reality is right now in this world, money is the really truly the way that we can create the biggest change, right? Because let me tell you what, if I was a millionaire, if I was a millionaire by any means, let me tell you what, I would be buying up companies that are doing things that is harming the people, the planets, right? If we, as an energetically sensitive, as an empath, as a person who is aware as you are, you know as well as I do that one of the first places we go when we have money is we help others, right? We buy things for people, we contribute to other people. That's just how we're wired. It brings us joy to gift, to be able to provide for others, right? So when you are in a different place with money, when you allow yourself to expand into a different zone with money, you actually really truly are helping this world to evolve, because you're expanding other people's universe with that money as well. And so really today, I really want to look at, what are we buying as real and true about money that really isn't? Right? Where are we locking ourselves up with this money reality that isn't even real and true? Because the thing is you can have money, you can be money, you can be the space of that. Yeah, so today we're going to dive into these energies. What does money mean to you? What does uh, paying bills mean to you? I know that all of us want to go, "Rah, rah, rah," right? But the reality is it costs money to live in this reality. It really does. And the more you resist it, uh, eh, the the more bills that come, the more energy against it, right? So we have to clear that as well. And I really want to look at, what is your money comfort number, which is a really interesting concept. So we're going to dive into these today. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's start by putting your barriers down, your barriers down, your barriers down, your barriers down. Take some nice deep breaths. And let's go ahead and expand. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to expand out our energy, space, and consciousness, not our body. So you're just going to listen to my voice and allow your energy to expand. So go ahead and make yourself as big as the room that you're in. Go all the way out and all the way down and all the way up. And as big as the building that you're in, all the way out and all the way down and all the way up. And go ahead and make yourself as big as the, well, let's say, city that you're in, all the way out and all the way down and all the way up. And go ahead and make yourself as big as the country that you're in, all the way out and all the way down and all the way up. And as big as the planet that we're on. So all we're doing is your energy, space, and consciousness here, just giving us more space to be us, all the way through, becoming one with everyone and everything, as big as the planet that we're on. I hope that there's not a lot of background noise. There's like a construction truck or something outside. They're making a lot of noise, so hopefully that's not coming through on this end. And let's go ahead and make yourself as big as the universe, as big as the universe is. Yeah, keep going, bigger, faster, bigger, faster, bigger, faster, bigger, faster, bigger, faster, multiverse, multiple universes. Times that by a million, times that by a million, times that by a million, times that by a million. All the way out to the space of who you be as the infinite being that you be. Awesome. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. So now today we are going to dive into this energy of money story. We're going to clear out some energy or clear out some viewpoints about this, right? But what I would really, truly invite you to do is go to my new website, expandyourrealityinstitute.com. So it's expandyourrealityinstitute.com. Go to that homepage and sign up for the newest free series that's on there. And it's going to give you, or it's not even a series, it's just a worksheet. It's going to give you a worksheet about really working through all of these viewpoints about money, okay, writing them down, really truly getting clear about what these things mean to you and about what these things feel like, and really clearing them for yourself so you can go beyond this sticking point. And then I really invite you to going to my other website, www.jamie-bates.com, and go to the series called, under the classes, called Receiving Money. Now, this is a new series that is going to start July 11th. So we have a couple weeks. It's only $33 and it's going to be 30 days. 30 whole days where we're going to go through and we're going to look at receiving different amounts of money. Okay, and I'm going to talk about that today. I'm going to really talk about our money comfort number, right? And how weird of a concept that is, but really how much numbers and the money system, how confusing it is for us and for our minds. And it's interesting to me because, you know, with this Common Core math, I have young children, right? So I understand the Common Core math, and I also understand how confusing it is making numbers for children. And what I can see that really doing is it's causing more confusion around numbers, which is directly causing confusion around money. And you know, the thing is we have to stop that money confusion. We really truly have to get clear about money, and we have to understand that money is not scary. It's not something outside of us. It's not something that is going to you know, like if we get it, it's like there's all this fear around money, and what that's doing is it's making us repel money. So in this 30-day series, basically, essentially what I'm doing is for every day for 30 days, we're picking a random amount of money from, you know, from lower amounts like $33, which is how much the class is, right? $33 to, you know, thousands of dollars, you know, $33,000, looking at even like millions of dollars, and looking at where we have energy that says, oh, you know, you can't have $1 million, or you can't have, you know, thousands of dollars, right? And we're really going to clear those spaces out, and then we're going to really receive them. And so for me, it's going to be really a fun 30 days of really looking at, you know, can we receive these different amounts? Can we clear the things that are in the way? And I mean, how much fun would it be if people really started receiving like the exact amounts that we're asking for? And so we're going to have a Facebook group where you can join us, and we can talk about who received what, and really celebrate and acknowledge receiving. You know, I find the more I acknowledge what I receive, the more and more I'm capable of receiving. So kind of having like a little fun party about receiving money, and really getting into that space of really allowing ourselves to receive big amounts and not feeling bad or guilty about it, because money is here to change our reality, and it's time we embrace that. Yeah, so you can sign up for that series, www.jamie.bates.com, and it's under the actual classes. It's under receiving money. And also you can go to expandyourrealityinstitute.com, and you can get the same information there if you sign up for the free series there, or the free little link there. It will actually give you a worksheet for this very thing, really looking at what money means to you, what paying bills means to you, what is your money comfort number, and some additional other things to really work through to help you get clear. Plus, I also, as I'm mentioning it, I also have my Money Magic Boot Camp, which is 90 days. So if you're really finding yourself really stuck in a lot of this stuff, it's in 90 days of the first, I don't know, 10 or 15 days is really about getting clear about your money situation. And then from there, it's really about clearing out all of the points of views that you have about, I can't have money, you know, I have to make money a certain way. And really there's a lot of different energies on receiving money from unexpected sources. There's all kinds of different things that come into play with the Money Magic Boot Camp. And the Money Magic Boot Camp is only $77. And I tell you what, I have people that sign up for that all the time, and I get amazing feedback from people about how it brought new awareness to where they were sticking themselves with money, and also really how they changed their money situation. And I mean, you guys, playing with money for a while now. I had a 30 days of money pulls last year, which is still available on my website as well. That's only $33. And I mean, I literally still have people who are telling me that they're redoing the polls over and over and over. I mean, I've had people that have gotten months upon months of free rent, because, you know, money doesn't necessarily always look like showing up in your bank account, right? I mean, money can show up in the form of free rent, free bill credits, free electricity, free water. I mean, I've had electricity for free. I've had water for free. I've had a phone for free. I mean, so many different things can show up, because the thing is we have to look at, we've all been together for lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes, right? And potentially there's lifetimes that, Earl borrowed something from you, maybe 5 lifetimes ago, your neighbor Earl, and then Earl died and wasn't able to pay you back. And so Earl still owes you. And when we did the money pulls, we did a lot of pulling from like old karmic stuff, right? So maybe someone still owes you and they haven't had a chance to pay you back yet. And so when you pull energetically, maybe that person works at the gas company and they can, give you a free gas credit. And of course, this is all done energetically. This is not necessarily, done physically. And what happens is that shows up in the form of bill credits. It shows up in the form of discounts. It shows up in the form of free things. So the 30 days of money pulls is also $33, and that's a separate thing from what I'm doing coming up here. But yeah, lots of money things, because the thing is when you get clear about money, you allow money to flow to you. So let's dive in today, because I know I'm just babbling here, but this is one of these things that like excites me so much, because it's not hard to change your money story. It's really not, but you have to become aware of the energy that you're holding on to around money, and you have to look at it. And I know there's a ton of resistance and looking at your money stuff, right? Because it feels hard and it feels heavy and it feels like you can't, and everything, all of that is. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of your universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. Sorry, I just like talked so much. My voice is like, ah. Yeah. So let's dive in here and let's really truly look at this. So what we're doing is we're going to clear. Now we just did a clearing, right? So I'm just going to explain that real quick. If this is your first time listening, basically what I'm doing is the energy, space, and consciousness of who you be is where you have all of your viewpoints, belief systems, points of view is all stored, right? It's all stored within the energy, space, and consciousness of who you be. Now I just expanded you out into the energy, space, and consciousness of who you be. And so now we're going to do some clearings and we're going to get into that space. So we can change those viewpoints, because if you can clear the solidity, the things that you have decided, you can have a different possibility. Yeah. So let's look at first and foremost here, and I'm just going to bring up this energy for us. So what does money mean to you? Yeah, all of that, 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 all of that. So like that rush of energy that you feel when I ask you that question, maybe you take a deep breath. Maybe you just feel this kind of this overwhelming sensation. What that is that's all of the energy that money means to you. So everything, all of that is. And all of that, 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 all of that. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of your universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. So what we're doing here by clearing it is, what we're doing is we're removing all the solidity that it means to you, okay? Now that doesn't mean that we're gonna change it in a way where your money situation is gonna get worse, okay? All we're doing is giving you more space around it. Whenever you have more space around anything, it opens you up to new possibilities. So there's nothing bad that's gonna happen by clearing out your space. All it's gonna do is give you more space, okay? So what does money feel like to you? What does money taste like? What does money smell like? What does money sound like? What does money look like? Yeah, you feel that energy? Everything, all of that is. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of your universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. I'm going to go back to that first question again. What does money mean to you? Everything, all of that is. All of that, 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 all of that. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of your universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. So I want to take a very common thing that when I ask someone what money means to them, generally the first thing that they'll say to me is freedom. Money means freedom to them. Well, for me, for a really, really, really long time, money meant freedom to me as well. And you know what the interesting thing about that was when I started creating and generating um, what I decided was a lot of money or more than enough money. You know what was interesting about that was it didn't actually create the freedom that I had decided it did. Yes, it totally gave me more choice. But the interesting thing about that was there wasn't anything I wanted to choose at that point that I hadn't already chosen in the past. Yet everything, all of that is all of that, 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 all of that. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of your universes? And can we just choose that now? Vaporize, 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 vaporize. Everywhere where we are tying money into what we can choose. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Everything, all of that is. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of your universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. More space, 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 more space. And I'm going to go back to that same question again. What does money mean to you? And everything, all of that is, can we just choose to remove all of that from all of the universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. What if money is just a tool? And what if yes, you can totally create more if you have more money, right? You can totally create more spaces. But what if it's a really boils down to first and foremost the choice? Everything, all of that is all of that, 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 all of that. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of your universes? And can we just choose that now? Vaporize, 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 vaporize. I know I've done like 800 shows about about choosing, right? But it's really truly is true. What you focus on grows. Okay. If you have decided you can't choose things because you don't have the money to do it, you're automatically shutting yourself off from an experience that you could have not based on using money if you can choose it. Whenever somebody starts working with me, it's always fun to watch because one of the first things that they really start to realize is it really truly doesn't have anything to do with money. When you clear these weird and wonky places where you're functioning, where you're holding on to this like what's the word I'm looking for? This superficial fear, because that's really kind of the first thing that we really work on clearing when we work together is that first initial layer of energy that says, no, you can't have that, no, you can't do that, no, you can't choose that, no, you can't be that, right? We all have that. I don't care what it is that you want to choose. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you want to go, what you want to do. Everyone has some layer of superficial fear. Unless you've been working on it for a really long time, then you might not. But even still then, I feel like there's still places and spaces that may be hiding from myself that I don't even see. And when you really pinpoint that first initial layer of fear, no matter how many layers in you're in, when you get to that place where there's something that you haven't been able to see and you clear it, you realize that anything is possible for your life. It really depends on what you're focusing on, where the energy is going, and what you have decided. And for whatever reason, money is a huge, huge area of sticking point because we have decided that there are certain things that we cannot choose because we do not have the money to choose them. And right this very moment, I'm going to call bull crap on that. Yeah, and everything, all of that is, can we just choose to remove all of that from all of your universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. So let's look at that again. What does money feel like? What does money look like? What does money smell like? What does money taste like? What does money sound like? What does money look like? Everything, all of that is integrating all of the senses, everything you've decided. Money is everything, all of that is. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of your universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. Let's just shift and change that, shift and change that, shift and change that, shift and change that. Nice deep breath. So, what's the number one thing that we have to do with money, right? We have to pay bills, right? And the reality is this reality costs money to be here, just to exist, just to be born. It costs money, right? There's nowhere in this reality that you can exist without money. I mean, you can exist, but even if you lived on the street, you would still need some form of money at some point to be able to eat, to be able to, uh, you know, uh, I don't know, have clothing. And yes, I guess you could probably get all those things for free, but money definitely makes it easier, right? So the number one thing that we generally have to do with money is paying bills. Now, if we feel like paying bills feels unpleasant, it feels heavy, it feels like we hate, like if every time we have to sit down and pay a bill, or let's face it now, like we pretty much do all that on our phones anymore, right? So every time you get on your phone to pay a bill, if you feel heavy or upset or mad that you have to pay that bill, you have to go in and you have to shift that. It's part of life. It's part of existing in this reality. You have to learn that if you put any negative emotion on money when you are spending it, you will never, ever, ever attract enough money to pay more than your bills, because what you're actually doing is um, you're basically telling the universe that you should not be provided for, right? Everywhere you feel upset about paying for your necessities, you're telling the universe that you should not be provided for. Just feel that for a moment. Everywhere you're doing that, everywhere you're choosing that, and everything, all of that is. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of your universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. Your bills are a product of being alive. Okay, like, paying a car payment every month, kind of, I used to feel like I hated paying my car payment every month, right? But when I pay my car payment every month and I pay that bill, I'm excited because I have a brand new car that I'm driving and I love it. I love my car, right? So when I pay that bill, I'm paying that bill with gratitude. I'm paying that bill with the energy of excitement, because that provides me with a certain energy, right? When I'm paying my house payment every month, I'm excited. I love my house. I love the space of luxury that my house provides. So when I'm paying that with the energy of gratitude, not the energy of upset. Yeah, everything, all of that is, and everywhere you don't have access to that, can we just choose to remove all of that from all of your universes? And can we just choose that now? Vaporize, 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 vaporize. So when I pay a bill, I wanna pay that bill, and then I wanna ask, what can I do, be, or receive to actualize more than this bill right away? And I want to receive that. See, I don't wanna push the energy away because I'm paying the bill and I'm mad because I'm losing the money. I wanna know what it's gonna take to to recreate or outcreate that money that I just spent. Do you see how the shift is there? Right? What if nothing about money is ever negative? And what if you could always turn it into, again, you are a powerful receiver. We live in an ask and receive universe. If you're telling the universe that you're mad because you're paying $490 a month for your car payment and you're angry every time you spend that $490, what are you telling money? But if you pay that $490 and you're happy and you're excited and you're like, yes, I'm paying $490 a month for this amazing car. I love the experience of driving this car. Hey, what would it take for me to have $500 to replace this? It's a totally and completely different energy. If money was a person, okay, and you said, hey, money, you want to come over to my house and hang out tonight? I'm going to sit around and I'm going to be mad at you and I'm going to tell you what a lousy person you are for never showing up and never having enough of you. And I'm going to be mad at you and I'm going to be sad after you get here and I'm going to cry about you and I'm going to argue with my spouse about you. And, we're just going to sit around and be mad. Would money come hang out with you? Hell no. Money doesn't want to come to your anger party. Money wants you to celebrate. Money wants you to have fun. Money wants you to be grateful for it, for every single dime. Money wants you to invite it in. Hey, money, that was so fun. We spent $500. How can we have 600 more of you? Then money's like, oh, you want more? Oh, cool. This is fun. I'm going to come over. I'm going to hang out. I'm going to play. Right? Of course, I'm being silly, but that's true. You can't be angry and upset and depressed about your money situation and expect it to change. You have to change your mindset around money. You have to understand that money is an energy just like anything else. If you feel a ton of lack around money, if you feel heavy about spending money, if you feel upset with money in general, you're never going to be able to outcreate the current money situation that you have. And everything, all of that is, all of that, 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 all of that. Yeah, can we just choose to remove all of that from all of the universes? And can we just choose that now? Zebra, 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 zebra. And honestly, you guys, that's why I do these 30 days. That's why I did the Money Boot Camp 90 days, because when I started to realize that my choices, my life had literally nothing to do with money, it had everything to do with my viewpoints. I knew I had to change my mind about it. I knew I had to show everyone else how easy it is to change their point of view about it. Yeah. I'm just going to vortex that through, vortex that through, vortex that through, vortex that through. So what does paying bills feel like to you? Everything, all of that is, all of that, 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 all of that. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of your universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. Really, truly, when was the last time you asked the universe for money? When was the last time you said, hey, I require $4,000 to live this month? Hey, what would it take for me to have $4,000 to live with ease this month? $4,000 extras, maybe. Extra $4,000 to live with ease this month. Yeah. When was the last time you said to the universe, hey, it would really make my life easier if I had an extra 10 grand in the bank? Hey, what would it take for me to have 10 grand in the bank? Have you ever even stopped and asked for specific amounts of money? Did you even know that you could? Yeah, and everything, all of that is, all of that, 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 all of that. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of your universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. So one of the other things I wanted to talk about today was this money comfort number. This money comfort number thing, I don't even remember, it's years ago. I had this certain amount of money. I don't even can't even remember. I was looking at my money stuff and I realized that there was a certain number to me that felt like if I had that amount of money, I would be comfortable. And honestly, I can't even really remember exactly what the number was anymore, but I want to say it was like 250 or something like that. I had stored in my energy, space, and consciousness that if I had $250, I could be comfortable. Now, I knew consciously that that totally was not true for me in any way, shape, or form because nobody's really truly comfortable in their life with $250, right? But subconsciously, that was the number that I had stored as my comfort number. And I think that our comfort numbers really come from this energy of being small, right? Because, and I still see people do it to this day, right? You see like an 8-year-old and they got like a wad of ones, right? And everybody goes, "Oh my gosh, you have so much money." And the little kid's like, "Yeah, I got all this money." And he's probably got like, $30 in his hand or something, right? And everyone oohs and ahs over all of this money that they have, or maybe they got money for Christmas or whatever, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, you got so much money." Maybe it's $150, $200, and all of a sudden we decide that, oh my gosh, if I have this much money, it's a lot of money. What was interesting to me though was I had stored this number, like $250 was a lot of money, but then when I looked beyond that and I would think of $500, I was like, okay, well, $500 isn't anything, like that's not crap, right? And $700 is still not anything, and $1,000 is still not anything. But for whatever reason, even looking at the number of 250, having $250 felt lighter and more expansive to me than having $1,000. And I was really looking at that like, what in the wide world is that? Why in the world would I have decided that such a small amount of money was comfortable to me? Yeah, and everything, all of that is, can we just choose to remove all of that from all of your universes? And can we just choose that now? Vaporize, 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 vaporize. So what is your money comfort number? What number comes up for you when I ask you that? What's the very first number that pops in your head? And I bet you're going to be really surprised at how low it is. I mean, I've had people even tell me their money comfort number is like 25. I'm like, 25? What you gonna do with 25 bucks? Maybe they decided that if they had $25 in their wallet, they were, doing good, which, I mean, it's crazy as it seems. I mean, so many of us function in these small amounts of money. Yeah. What is your money comfort number? Really see the crazy in that number, right? What is that number? I want you to call it out right now. I want you to say that number out loud to yourself. Yeah. Now let's just clear through all of your universes where you bought that as your comfort number. Yeah, and everything all of that is. All of that, 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 all of that. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of your universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. Now take that number and times that number by 10. So whatever that number was, I want you to times that number by 10. Now what I want you to do is from this space right here, what would it take for you to always have this, whatever that amount of number was that you just times it by 10, this amount of money no matter what? I just received that for a moment. So you times that number by 10. What would it take for you to always have that amount of money no matter what? Just receive that. Receive that, receive that, receive that, receive that, receive that, receive that, receive that. Really allow that to fill you up and replace that other money comfort number that you had. Replace that with a new number. Everywhere you're not allowed to do that, everywhere you're not allowed to shift that, everywhere you're not allowed to choose that, everything all of that is, can we just choose to remove all of that from all of your universes? And can we just choose that now? Vaporize, 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 vaporize. Shift and change, shift and change, shift and change, shift and change. Now I want you to take that number again, that same number, that number that we had times by 10. I want you to take that number, I want you to times that by 10. Yeah, feel the space of that for a moment. Just really feel that. Really feel that, really feel that. What would it take for you to have that number, that amount of money available to you at all times? Just really feel that, really feel that. Do you feel the resistance in that? Do you feel everywhere your body's like, oh no, I can't have that much money. No, no, no. Everything, all of that is, and all of that, 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 all of that. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of your universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. You know what I think is the craziest thing about that is you may actually even have that number right now in your bank account, but you still may have resistance to it. Yeah, isn't that nuts? When you really look at how much resistance you have around money, you can totally see why money isn't comfortable for you. And I don't even care. I've worked with people who even have, I would say, have money, way more money than I was ever willing to have, right? At points in my life, and they still have discomfort around money because it's not even really truly about the amount, it's about the numbers. That's where I think it's so crazy. There's so much polarity around what the amounts of money mean. And everything, all of that is, all of that, 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 all of that. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of your universes? And can we just choose that now? Vaporize, 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 vaporize. Yeah, just let all that shift, let all that shift, let all that shift. Kiwi's letting it shift too. Yeah, Kiwi is my bird. If you don't know that, she helps me do the show. Sometimes she screams and yells, and sometimes she just makes random noises. You just never can tell. She talks very, very quietly, and I don't know. Sometimes she's sitting here on my shoulder and she's mimicking the words I'm saying, and I don't think that the microphone ever really picks it up because she speaks very, very quietly, but she screams very, very loud. So it's interesting. And Kiwi has no concept of money. She does not care how much something costs. She wants it, right? And what if we could all operate in that zone where it didn't have anything to do with money? It all has to do with choice. And what if you could receive way beyond, just think about this for a minute. If you could receive amounts way beyond what you have decided is possible and capable of for you, yeah, what could you choose? And everything, all of that is all of that, 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 all of that. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of the universes? And can we just choose that now? Vaporize, 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 vaporize. So let's look at that money comfort number again. So look at that. Just ask yourself, what is your money comfort number now? Now, I wonder if it's changed for you. It still feels like many of you still have that same number. Isn't that wild? Yeah, so let's times that number by 10. So let's just do that first 10 one. So what would it take for you to always have this amount of money no matter what? Receive it, feel it, stand in it. What would it take for you to outcreate that number times 100? Ooh. Everything, all of that is all of that, 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 and everything all of that brings up. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of the universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. I mean, you guys, this is all just an energy. It's just an energy. That's all it is. It's just an energy that you have stored as real and true. I mean, I just really want you to feel this. I mean, what if you really, truly could have, let's just say, if you could really, truly have 10,000 more than you have currently right now? I mean, what would that do to your universe? What would that do to your life? And you know, I look at like $10,000. There was a time in my life that I had decided $10,000 was so much money. And when I got up to a point in my business where I was making $10,000 a month, and I realized how really literally, I don't want to say insignificant, but how really insignificant that number really is. And even looking at, you know, how much, I guess I'm looking at how much form and structure I had put around that number and how much significance, and realizing that it didn't change my choices. I still was who I was, right? Now I could give on a bigger scale, I could do on a bigger scale, right? But it didn't change the core of who I was. That's what we really have to get about this. We have decided there is certain things that are true about us if we don't have money, and that's not true. You can be comfortable in life. It's okay. You can have the space of joy and ease, and you can have money that can create more joy and ease in your life, and that's okay. Everything, all of that is all of that, 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 all of that. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of the universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. When you get into this space where you truly can see what a receiver that you be, you can get that money can come to you from all over the place. It can come from unexpected places all the time. Money has a certain level of expansion that it gives to you, but you have to be the space of expansion in order to receive it. Money is a renewable resource. It can never, ever run out. Only if you believe that it can it do that. There's always more in existence. Just because I have more doesn't mean that you have to have less. You are capable of creating and receiving more. Each and every one of us can have enough. I was reading something recently, and it said that every single person in this world right now that lives here can have $1 million, and there would still be money left over. We have to stop buying into these lack ideas that there's not enough, that this reality has told us are real and true. There is enough for you. You can have enough. You can create more. You can have the money that you require and that you desire. You just have to be the space of receiving it. You cannot have resistance, and you cannot have points of view about it. You know, even the people that win the lottery, right? There's people that win, you know, $10 million and in a year they're broke. Because you know why? They received that amount of money, but they couldn't actually have money because of all of their points of views. They had to spend all of the money. They couldn't keep the money. And everything all of that is, and all of that, 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 all of that. Yeah, can we just choose to remove all of that from all of universes? And can we just choose that now? And vaporize, 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 vaporize. It's just vortex that all the way out and all the way out and all the way out and all the way out. So what can you receive right now to have more money than you've ever believed? That's a weird question, isn't it? I'm just going to expand that out. Just receive for a moment. Just receive. Wait, let's just receive for a second here. Receive, 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 receive. Let's ask some different questions here. What can you and your body be to joyfully receive money from all over the place with ease? And just receive, just receive, just receive, just receive, just receive, just receive, just receive. And what can you receive from the universe right now to create money showing up unexpectedly with ease? Just receive that. Just receive. Just receive, just receive, just receive, just receive, just receive, just receive. And what can you receive to make more money than you ever have before? And just receive. Just receive, just receive, just receive, just receive. You know, it's interesting because, again, the universe has like a billion possibilities to give to you. So receiving money looks way different than I think that we've ever really looked at it. Like, you can get money from unexpected places all the time. It doesn't have to mean that I have to work harder, I have to get a new job, or I have to make more an hour, or you know, you can choose to make specific amounts, and you can create that happening without actually really truly doing anything. So you know, I work with lots of different people, and I also work a lot with my children, right? And a big thing for them is I really tell them to be very specific about what they would like to choose, what they would like to have. And it's crazy, crazy, crazy to me what they can choose money-wise and how that literally shows up for them. It's like my oldest daughter, you know, she picked a random amount that she wanted to receive for even going to school. And what ended up actually happening was, especially, well, this last year, she picked an amount that she wanted to receive for going to school, and she ended up getting more grants, not grants, what is it, scholarships than she had before, and she actually ended up getting that amount back. You know, my daughter's going to a private college, which is not a cheap private college, and she is literally going to private college for free. Because when we chose for her to go to private college, she chose to be able to create and generate that amount of money. And I mean, the amount of, at this point, scholarships, I mean, she just received, just like a week ago, she just received another scholarship for next year. So even next year, she's going to be receiving even more money back. You know, I talk to people, and we talk about college, and they go to this place where like, oh, I can't go to college, it's too expensive. My daughter is going to a private college in downtown Chicago, and it's not costing a penny this year. Now, last year I had the point of view that I had to pay for some of it, and I did pay for some of it, right? But that was also the point of view that I was operating in. Plus, she was living on campus, and I had decided I was going to pay for that, right? Well, this year, she said, no, I'm living on my own. I'm going to figure it out. I don't want any help from mom. I want to do it on my own. She chose that, and she's doing it. Money really is truly just a choice. When you choose to receive it, when you choose to put it out there, and when you ask for the universe to allow it to show up, amazing things happen. So with all of that being said, I would love, love, love to have you join me on my next 30-day journey. We're going to be choosing amounts. We're going to be clearing the energy that comes up around that amount, right? That you can't have that, or you can't receive that, or that's uncomfortable, or that's too much. And we're going to really, truly get into asking and receiving for 30 whole days. And we're going to acknowledge each other when someone receives money unexpectedly, when money shows up in a certain place unexpectedly, or maybe it was expected. We're going to do a lot of acknowledging the amazing creators that we are, because let me tell you what, when you acknowledge money and when you celebrate money, it brings more money in. So for this 30 days, it's only $33 to join me for for the whole 30 days and be part of the Facebook group and really truly be able to just share and acknowledge and grow and receive. What would it take to receive? Even right down to, receiving a quarter, finding a penny on the ground, receiving and acknowledging and thanking the universe for gifting you with everything. It always expands more and more and more. So with all of that being said, you can check out my website, www.jamie-bates.com, or you can also go to www.expandyourrealityinstitute.com and check out you can also check out the free sheet that's in there with the money story stuff. You can get that, and that's kind of like a little worksheet to really work through your points of view about money, right? Like, what are you telling the universe about money? What does money mean about you? What is your money magic number? What have you decided is true about money? And really, really, truly clearing out those viewpoints so you can have a different possibility with money. I have tons of free money stuff as well on my website. There's the first money polls on there. I actually had a lady one time message me and tell me, I listened to the first money poll that was free on your website, and I can't even remember, but she received like $125 the next day, and she was all excited, and I'm like, awesome, you should sign up for the rest of them. She's like, no, it's good, that's all I wanted, that's all I needed. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's cool, which is fine. I mean, nobody has to, but it was interesting that $125 or whatever she received was enough, and she didn't want to receive any more. And, you have to watch those kind of viewpoints, because those are the things that you think that cut you off from receiving. So if you're feeling like, oh, I have enough, I don't need any more, and again, not receiving from the place of, I think there's so many weird viewpoints around greed, and I didn't even really get into those because I just really don't even function in that space anymore, because I get that whenever anyone wants to make money wrong, it's their own stuff. It's not mine. Like, there's no wrongness in money. Money is just a tool to help us create more, and if we stopped making money wrong in any way, shape, or form in this reality, it would really, truly create an expansion for each and every one of us. Money is not wrong. Money is an amazing gift, and the only people that are teaching us that money is wrong are the people that are holding the power over money. There's no reason why anyone has to live in this reality with lack. There is enough for each and every one of us to have the abundance that we desire, but you do have to ask for it. You do have to be in a space of willingness to have it, and you do really, truly have to be able to keep it, right? Not just spend it. It's not about having money just to spend it. It's about having money so you can have money. So awesome. Thank you so much for listening to me babble today. And I hope that I see you, get to connect to you in my 30-day journey starting soon. We're going to start on July 11th. So you have I don't know, a couple weeks to sign up for that. But I am giving prizes out to the people who sign up in the beginning. So there's still a few spaces where you can actually get something in the mail from me. So if you would like that, make sure you jump over and sign up now. It's only $33 for the whole 30 days. So thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.
You have been listening to Expand Your Reality with your host, Jamie Bates. Thank you for listening.